Now we are ready to do our DTF hack. It came with instructions in the Cendale box. It has your DTF printing instructions for a sublimation hack. So what we're going to use is sublimation ink. I have an image, but first I want to show you what came in the kit. You have your DTF white medium powder, which is a 14 ounce. You have the instructions. It also came with the tape that you're going to need in order to make the DTF hack film be able to fit in your printer, and I will show you how to do that. The most important thing it came with is your Cendale DTF transfer film sheets. In this pack, it is 30, and it also will give you your size, which is 8.3 by 11.7. Now it shows you that the side, as soon as you pull it out of the pack, it is your print side. So that will face forward. And you also have a shiny and a matte side to it. Now also in there, what they did give me was your sheets that you can use. Instead of using like a Teflon sheet, you can also use this paper as well. I'm going to get the image together and we will come right back for the hack. Now we're back. I am in Silhouette Business Edition, and what I have done is I have found the image of my choice. I'm going to make it to fit the size that I need it to fit. So we're going to go over here to my side panel. We're going to go over to paper setup, and then going to paper setup, you want to go right here, and we already know that the width of our paper is 8.3, so I'm just going to make that 8. Well, I'm going to make the paper size, I apologize. I'm going to make the paper size over here as 8.3. And then we're going to make this down here 11.7. So we do 11.7. I don't know why that want to be 12, but we need 11.7. There we go. And we hit enter. So that is our paper size. Now we come over here where our image is, and we want to make sure our image fits in there. But I don't want it too small, and I don't want it too big. So what you can do is go to the top of your paper where the lock is, and we're going to change out. So I want this to be, the width to be 8. We're going to change it from that, and we're going to do 8. Hit enter. That's going to be a little too wide. We want to take it in, because if you do not have your image within this paper, it will be messed up and all of your words will not get on there correctly. Now what we could do for the height is definitely take the height up. We can take the height up to 10. So let's take the height up to 10. Okay, now that looks perfect. Now I'm going to go over here to this red line over here. It's a red box. And that red box, I'm going to cut that off. So we're going to hit that so it does not connect to our image. Okay, now we have our image perfectly put together. I'm going to go and hit print, but before I do that, I'm going to show you how to set up your paper. Okay, now that we have set our paper up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go into my printer. I'm going to hit print. I'm going to also go to preference on my printer to make sure that I have it flipped right. So at the bottom right here where it says mirror, you want the mirror image on. You want to make sure you have your paper size correct. So let's pull this down to make sure I have it right. It said 8.3 by 11.7. So we're going to go with this one right here where it says 8.2. No, let's do 8.5. We'll do the letter size, which is 8.5 by 11, so that way we know that we'll be right in there where we need to be at. You still want to make sure that you look and make sure your mirror is on. We're going to hit OK. I'm going to go to print. and everything will start printing, and then I will come back once it is finished so that you can see the finished product of it being printed with the DTF film paper and sublimation ink. Okay, we back. The printer has printed our image. Our image came out wonderful. It is very pretty and vibrant. I love how it came out on this paper. Now what we're going to do is the tape that I put on the back, we're going to take our time, turn it around, make sure that you don't touch any of the ink, and we're going to slowly take our time and take the tape off of the back of the DTF transfer film. Remember that this paper is film, and we still have to take our time and get ready to cure it. Now to cure it, we're going to have to take it up to probably about 375 is what I normally do. So I'm going to do 375, and I'm going to do, normally they say like 40 seconds, but I'm thinking that because I have a very good heat press, which is a 15 by 15 that I got off of Amazon, and I don't really think I need to go 40. I'm just going to go probably about 30. So what you want to do is you want to take your time. We're going to pour a nice amount on here, and then we're going to make sure that you do not let this powder dust up in the air, because it might make you sick or anything. You have to be careful when you deal with this powder, any type of DTF powder. You want to also make sure that you have a mask. I use gloves, but you need a mask as well. So what we're going to do is take our time, and I'm going to pick this up out of the corner. If I can get a corner. And I'm going to take my time, and I'm going to go all around. And what you want to do is you want to coat the words and make sure that you have everything covered, so that when you get ready to cure it, it will also cure all of your image, and it will also show up completely on your item that you want to put it on. So I'm going to go all around. I'm going to recheck it and make sure everything is covered. Now everything is completely covered. Let me pull it up so you can see. We have everything completely covered. And now what we're going to do is we're going to get ready to put it under the heat press. I'm going to go over it one more time because I think I see one or two little pieces that is not covered. Remember, you want to make sure everything is covered. Okay, now take your time. Be careful, like I said. Don't want to make yourself sick. You want to be careful. And you just take and shake it real, real good. Getting the excess off. Now we are ready to put it under the heat press to cure. Now we are all set. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the heat press so that we can get ready to cure. So like I said, I'm going to turn it on, and you have to preset it. So I'm going to go for 375, which is already blinking for me. Let me move you up so you can see. My heat press is already blinking at 375. So what I'm going to do is 375. I'm going to take it down. Okay, wait a minute. Let's do 375. And it's blinking for the time. We're going to take that down. We're going to put it on 30, but I'm probably not going to need 30 to cure it. Okay, we're going to wait for it to warm up properly. Once it warm up, then we will be ready to go ahead and cure our image. Okay, now our heat press is ready. We're going to open it up. And what I have right here is I have Teflon sheets already on the bottom to protect my heat press. I'm going to take my image, and we're going to put it right here. You do not need to put it down. You're going to just hover it over. And if you can see already, I don't even need to put it down. The image is already coming through. Because what you want to do is you want the powder that we put on here to melt into the image. And as you can see, it's already melted into the image. I'm going to remove it from the heat press. Remember, it is hot. And this is what it should look like. It will look nice and shiny and ready to be adhered to your garment. I'm going to get my garment and I'm going to cut off because I have a little smudge at the top, and then I will come right back. Okay, now that we have already cured our image, I'm going to go ahead and reset my temperature because I do not need it this high to put it on my image. I'm going to go at the most at 330, and I'm going to go for 30 seconds. So I'm going 330. Let's do 335. 335 for 30 seconds. So I hit set. Okay, and then I hit 30 seconds and I hit set. So we're going to wait for this to cool down a little bit. But while we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and get my garment, which I prefer is a nice long sleeve thermal shirt. And I want to just test it out. So I'm going to take and use this. But what I have to do first is I have to get the moisture out. Because anytime that you get items out of a package, you might have had them sitting around. You might have had them in plastic. Or just getting them plain out the store. You always want to take the moisture out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the two creases, which is your sleeves. And you want to take the two lines and match them up. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically put a line down the center. And that's going to be a guide to help me make sure that my image is put on properly and it's not crooked. So we're just going to take a little moisture out. And you always do 3 fingers from the top. So what I'm going to do is just put my 3 fingers right there. I'm going to move it over. And I'm just going to go down with my heat press. I'm going to hold it for a little bit. Take the moisture out and lift up. Now, being that I have a thermal shirt, I'm going to have to take and loosen up my heat press a little bit so that it will go through when I do put it back down on the heat press. So I'm just loosening it up a little bit. I'm still waiting for the temperature to go down. So once the temperature goes down, then we will be able to go ahead and press the image onto the garment. But here's the line that I was telling you about that I created and also took the moisture out at the same time. So we're going to wait for the heat press and then we'll be ready. Okay, now we are at our desired temperature. What I'm going to do is I'm going to thread this on here. You want to make sure that you always take your neck and put it off the back of the heat press, or either thread your garment onto your heat press if you are able to do so. I'm going to straighten it out. I'm going to take and make sure that my image will go right in between the 2 armpit area, and it is completely off where I need it at. Just going to line this up real good. We're going to take our image that we already printed off, and like I said, you want to go 3 or 4 fingers down. I'm going to pretty much put this right here like this. I'm going to take a Teflon sheet, a thick one, and I'm just going to take and put it right over top of the image. And we're going to take this down for 30 seconds. Okay, now the garment is completely cooled off. As you can see, I went on and put it up like this so that you can see as I peel it off that you need to take your time, go for a corner, and you just want to hold your garment. And sometimes it be a little stubborn, and you just want to take your time and peel. I normally like to try to go at an angle, because when you go at an angle, you can pull it off better. And like I said, this is a thermal long sleeve shirt, and I wanted to take and put this to the test and see will it stick and will it be nice as if I was doing a t-shirt. And ta-da! Cendale definitely holds up to the challenge. As you can see, there is nothing or barely anything on the transfer. It came out wonderful. We're going to take and throw that away because we don't need that. And then I'm going to pull this up to the camera and let you be the judge. And I think it came out perfect. It came out pretty. I like it. And I will definitely be trying Cendale again. Now, remember, if you would like to purchase any of Cendale items, they are in Amazon. And you can also use my code, which is Lotus Vibes, for 10% off. Once again, thank you for coming. And I hope you have enjoyed this video. And until we see each other again, be safe in these streets.